Good morning. Welcome. Lovely to see a few of you who don't tend to come Tuesday mornings. You know who you are. Welcome. Just letting in Chris. If you have a bolster, it would be great if you would grab that and have it next to you. Actually, not next to your mat, but if you don't have a bolster, cushions, pillows is fine. And we're going to lie down this morning to start. Either you could pop the support under the back of your knees, so just lying in Shavasana, but with some support under your knees. Or if you'd like something a little bit stronger, you might like to pop the bolster or the support lengthways under your spine. So your head and your spine will be on the bolster or the pillows, and then your buttocks and legs will be on the mat. And you might just have the legs straight, or some of you might like to work with Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees out wide. If you're feeling a little cool, you might cover yourselves with a blanket or a shawl, a wrap. If you wear glasses, you might like to pop those to the side. So just choose how you would like to start. We're reclining to begin this morning, either with some support under the back of your knees or the support under your lengthways under your spine. Might like to sigh the breath away 2 or 3 times, letting go of the morning so far, letting go of last night, yesterday, the day before that. And taking these first few moments to drift inside your body, acknowledging that this is your time to spend in gentle contemplation with yourself. Without changing anything, notice what is here for you this morning. How are you feeling? What's going on inside? If things have been a bit tough for you lately, you may like to rest a hand over your heart center. Allow your touch to be very tender and caring as you breathe into and out of your heart. Soothing touch, soothing breath. Feeling completely supported and welcomed in this moment. When we practice yoga, we find our way back to ourselves by moving down into the depths of our being, moving more deeply into self rather than out of self. I love that phrase that yoga, rather than being a workout, is a work in. So take this time now to just be with yourself without doing anything, finding your way back home. Yesterday, I saw the new Mike Leigh film, Hard Truths. Not sure if any of you have seen it yet, but it was a pretty bleak film highlighting one woman's extremely hard and angry battle with life, with herself and with everyone in her life. what was very clear was that this was a woman who had very little love for herself and consequently absolutely no ability to offer love to anyone else, including her partner and her son. I felt quite sad watching the film because this woman was clearly depressed and not receiving or able to seek out the support she really needed. But it also made me realize another example of how challenging it can be and how hard some of us, if not all, sometimes need to work to truly love thyself, let alone others. And it reminded me a bit of my all-time favorite Rumi passage. I'd like to share it again with you this morning. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. So as we practice together this morning, you might like to ponder how you relate to yourself, how you treat yourself, and perhaps to ask, have I erected barriers or created separation between myself and love? Perhaps because I don't feel worthy enough or good enough. And this can occur on a very, very subtle level, as we know. Perhaps some meanness towards ourselves, some denial or restriction, self-sabotage. So working towards releasing resistance to self-love and filling our own cup so that our cup can then overflow into the world. So we're just going to, in a moment, remove any props that might be underneath you so that you can lie down on your mat, bringing your knees in towards your chest and rocking gently from side to side. When you've had enough rocking, we're going to slowly come over to one side and just come up into a seated position. Now you're welcome to sit up onto that support, onto your cushion or your bolster, as I'm doing. There's a bit of extra support under the sit bones, and you can sit in a cross-legged position or with the legs stretched out. You might even choose to sit in a chair for this first part of the practice. Nice, tall, upright spine, respecting the natural curves of the spine. You might like to choose to have your hands in a mudra position. We're going to work with a little meditation visualization for the first 2 or 3 minutes. Eyes can be open or closed. Just relaxing your shoulders, softening the skin of the face. We've worked with this before in our practice. I think most of you will be familiar with this. We're going to imagine that there's a stream of light or love or breath, however you like to think of it, streaming down from the sky, from the heavens, coming in through the crown of the head. We're going to take that breath, take our awareness, take that love to our heart center. We'll have a little pause. And then on the exhalation, we're going to imagine sending that stream of love, light, breath down into Mother Earth. So we'll just begin by exhaling all breath. And then on your next inhalation, you're drawing light, love, a stream of prana, life force from the heavens down through the crown of your head. Take that awareness to the heart center, a little pause. And on the exhalation, sending your awareness down through the body, down through the perineum, and deep into Mother Earth. So breathing in a channel, a stream of love, light, energy from the heavens. Take it to your heart center, little pause. And on the exhalation, sending that channel of light, of love, deep down into Mother Earth. Breathing in. Breathing out. Continuing in your own time, in your own way. 5 or 6 more breaths. Perhaps that light is a colour, or perhaps it's more of a sensation. Might feel like a stream of wind or air or warmth. Might be a tingling sensation as it travels through you. One more breath in this way. And then gently release this practice, but you might like to keep the eyes closed or just with a soft downward glance. Last couple of weeks we've been working with the chant Om Paramatmane Namaha, which can be translated as I bow to the divinity within myself, I bow to my divine self. So we're going to work with that again this morning, bringing your fingers up to your heart center. And we were going to work with this 3 times. So we start here, then we move to the shoulders and then the crown of the head. So we'll do this sequence 3 times. You can chant out loud or just listen if you prefer. Exhale all breath. Breathing in. Om Paramatmane Namaha. To the shoulders, inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. To the crown, inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. And again. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Shoulders. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Paramatmane Namaha. Last round. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Take a breath or two. And release. We're going to move into wheeling the body, so you can stay as you are, or you might like to change your position. Hands are just resting on our knees as we slowly start to circle the upper body. Just make sure that you're not clenching the teeth. Relax the jaws, softening the forehead. Your legs are crossed. You might like to change the cross of the legs and circle now in the opposite direction. And you're going to stretch forward. So whether your legs are in a diamond shape or stretch down in front, no matter, might even still be on a chair, just gently fold forward, softening the shoulders. Relax the upper back. And slowly come up. Inhale, stretch the arms out to shoulder height. And let's tip over to the left side. Inhale to center. And exhale over to the right. Good. Breathing in. Two more to each side. Now we're going to move into a twist. So breathe your arms out to shoulder height and let's twist to the left. You might wrap your back arm around the back, reaching for your right hip, or just have the left fingers on the floor behind you. Head moves last. So always the twist starting from the lower part of the spine and like a spiral, spiraling up, head moving last. Try to relax that left shoulder a little bit, keeping that spine nice and tall. We're not leaning back into the left hand and fingers. allowing the breath to flow. And then float your arms out to the side and twisting to the right. And back to center. All right, so from here, we might just remove any supports and we're going to stretch the legs out along the mat. So we're into Dandasana. Feet are hip width apart. You might have the hands on your thighs or just leaning back. Just going to point and flex the feet. Just noticing how those ankles are feeling this morning. Sending a bit of loving attention down into our ankle joints. Sending some gratitude that direction for all that they do for us every day. Helping to carry us through the world. And then let's circle the feet, nice slow circles. Just make sure there's no tension in the shoulders. And reversing. Good. Bring the feet together. Just see if you can lift one leg up and push out through the heels. The toes are turned back towards you. Try not to lean too far back if you can help it. And then try lifting the other leg up. Push out through the heel. Good. And release it down. Give the legs a bit of a shake. Going to work with another twist, which I think you all know, Bunu Manasana, which means greeting the earth. So we're going to turn to one side, doesn't matter which side, and we lean down. And then we come up, we transition to the other side, and we lean down. Try to keep some awareness through your legs, feet are flexed, so we're not forgetting about our legs. They're anchoring us to the earth here, keeping a stable base as we twist from side to side. You can keep this really slow, or you might like to speed it up this morning. Just see what feels most appropriate for your body this morning. Good. One more to each side. And come back to center, and from here we're going to bend our legs. So feet are quite wide, almost as wide as your mat. This time the hands are going to go behind, more twisting. So we're taking the knees over to one direction, doesn't matter which one, looking over the opposite shoulder. Then we come back to center, to the other side. So again, we can keep this nice and slow, or some of you might like to speed this up. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come back to center. Exhale, twist. Good. Let's do one more to each side. And back to center, release the hands. You might like to give them a bit of a shake. And just lean forward, resting for a moment. And moving into boat. So the gentlest option is to have the hands behind, and we're going to lift the legs up. You might even just stay in this position or shins parallel to the floor. Otherwise, we're holding on to our shins. Have the heels as close to the body as you can at this point, but watching that this doesn't happen with your back. So try to keep the chest moving forward. And then when you're ready, lifting one foot up and the other. So you might just stay here. This is a perfect balance, just like this, and breathe, gazing at something in front of you that's not moving. Otherwise, we might lift the legs up a bit higher. And if you've got lots of energy this morning, you might like to release your hands so the palms are facing each other. Try to draw the shoulders back here. They'll tend to creep forward. Draw the shoulders back. Inner edge of the big toes touching. Perhaps a gentle smile on your lips. We're only doing this once, so when you've had enough, you release and take a rest. I thought we would have a go at a variation of boat. Again, I think most of you have done this for strengthening our abdominal area, our core. So legs are like this bent, but we're going to cross one ankle over the other. We're taking the hands behind us. Have a look if you're not familiar with this one. As we inhale, we're going to see if we can straighten the legs and lean back. As we exhale, we pull in, trying to move the chest towards your knees. So inhale, we straighten. Exhale, we draw in. So 3 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw in. Last one. And then just have a little bit of a rest. Perhaps sigh the breath away. And then we're going to do it on the other side. So cross the other ankle on top this time. Hands behind. So inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw in. So 4 more. When you finish, just uncross your legs and come to lie down. Semi-supine position, feet stepped up close to the buttocks, a little bit pigeon-toed, hip distance apart. Feel that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. Tuck the chin towards the chest. And just give in for a moment. You might like to close the eyes. Allow your eyeballs to sink back into the head so they're not pressing against the eyelids. Just relax your scalp, relax your shoulders. It's going to work with a very gentle arm movement to begin. So turn your palms over, palms pressing down alongside your hips. And on your next inhalation, just raising the left arm up overhead. Press the lower back into the mat. See if you can press it down to touch the mat, but at the same time, keep the back of the neck long. Just play with that, those 2 areas. And then exhale, lowers that left arm down. 2 more. Breathing in, left arm lifts. Tuck the chin forward and see if you can press the lower back down at the same time. Exhale. And the lower back might just release away from the mat a little bit. Breathing in, raise the left arm, press the lower back down. And as you exhale, it might arch away from the mat. Good. Let's do the same with the right arm. Breathing in, raise the right arm. See if you can flatten your back against the mat. And as you exhale, just let it all relax. Mouth relaxed. 2 more. Noticing how your shoulders are feeling this morning. Might feel quite different on each side, and that's okay, no judgment. If one side was a little bit tighter or stiffer, we're sending our love, gratitude into that area, thanking it for all that it does for us every day to help us move through the world. Let's do both arms together now, breathing in. Press the lower back down, chin tucking forward. And breathing out, let the back relax. Certain sections of the spine will arch away from the mat. 2 more, inhale. Can you flatten your spine against the mat? And exhale. Last one. Press the lower back down. And rest for a breath. Okay. So we're going to do exactly the same sequence with our arms, but now also add bridge to this movement. So just make sure your feet are still a little bit pigeon-toed. Make sure your toes haven't turned out to the side. That often happens. You might even like to imagine there's a block between your inner knees as we work with bridge this morning. Or if you have a block, you might even like to place it in there. Or you could do this with a cushion. So grab a cushion or pillow between your knees. Let's exhale all breath to begin. As we inhale, we're peeling the spine away from the floor as we raise just the left arm overhead. As we exhale, we're lowering down. 2 more, inhale, left arm lifts. And lowers. Face relaxed, mouth free of tension. Continuing on, we'll do 3 now with the right arm lifting. And final 3, raising both arms overhead now. Two more. And finish. If you've got any blocks or pillows between your knees, just remove. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourselves a lovely hug and rock from side to side. And then come back to center. We're going to work with dynamic Apanasana. So in a moment, we'll raise the arms overhead and raise the legs up to the sky. If you'd like to join with me as we bring the knees back in, we can chant Om Paramatmane Namaha. And we'll do 3 of these. If the shoulders are particularly sore this morning, please remember you can always make more of a V shape with your arms rather than taking the arms shoulder width overhead. All right, so hugging the knees in, tuck the chin forward, exhale all breath, and then breathing in, raising the legs, raising the arms. Om Paramatmane Namaha. 2 more. Inhale. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Om Paramatmane Namaha. Take a breath. And then on the next inhalation, stretch the legs away, stretch both arms up overhead, stretching from fingertip to toe tip. And as we exhale, we'll draw the right knee in and give ourselves a hug. Head can lift if that's okay for your neck. Inhale, stretch long and tall. And exhale, draw the right knee in. Last one on the right side. Inhale. So now we're going to do the same on the left side. Exhale, left knee in, head may lift. 2 more. This one. Inhale, stretch the leg away, arms overhead, and now draw both knees in. Keep the head down, cross your legs at the ankles, a hand on each knee, and let's make some little circles on the floor with our lower backs. Back to center, cross the legs the other way, circling in the opposite direction. Good. And then we're going to roll over to one side and slowly come up to stand. Just take your time, clearing everything off your mat. Standing into Tadasana. Might like to rock back and forth. Find your center. Drop the shoulders. And the eyes can be closed or just gazing down softly. And we're going to work just with perhaps 5 or 6 breaths as we did earlier, where we visualize or imagine a stream of light, love, prana, life force, flowing down from the heavens, coming in through the crown, traveling to our heart. Little pause. And then on the exhalation, we send that awareness down through the body and deep into Mother Earth. So just in your own time, breathing in and breathing out. Send energy, light, love down through the legs and deep into the earth. Drawing breath, love, light, warmth in through the crown. Take it to your heart. And as you exhale, send it down through the body and into Mother Earth. A few more breaths in this way. Gently blink the eyes open. Spread your toes. Make sure you're not gripping the earth. And then on the next inhale, let's raise the arms to shoulder height. As we exhale, bring the arms in front. Inhale, as you raise the arms this time, you might like to come up onto your tiptoes. And as we exhale, we lower the heels and the arms, so synchronizing the movement with your breath. Inhale to shoulder height, exhaling front. Breathe in, perhaps lifting onto the balls of the feet. And three more. Finish, take a breath. And then bring your feet together. Little bend in the legs. Hands onto our knees and circling the knees. And reversing. Please, perhaps give it a bit of a shape. We'll work with our standing cat now. So feet are back to hip distance. Little bend in the legs, hands onto your thighs. So as we exhale, we're rounding the back. And as we inhale, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, we round. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Again, link the movement with your breath. Let's do a few more. And when you come to the next exhalation, just pause there and lower yourselves down. So we're into Uttanasana, our standing forward bend. Legs are bent. We'll, on the next inhale, lift up halfway. So fingertips on the mat or on your shins. And exhale, lower. So you can keep the legs bent or you might straighten them now. You might like to sway a little bit from side to side. Just relax your shoulders. And then bend in the legs as we slowly come up. When we're upright, we're going to raise the arms up. We're going to interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and lean over to the left. Now, if this is a bit strong for your shoulders, just have the arms shoulder width apart. Breathe yourself back to center and to the other side. Inhale, 2 more to each side. Back to center. Bring the palms together and down to your heart. And take a breath or two. All right, we're going to work with Circle of Joy now, adding Uttanasana as we go along. So let's inhale, interlace the fingers, raise the elbows, exhale, round the back. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, float the arms down, interlace your fingers, breathe into the heart. And lift your arms up. Inhale. In. Interlace your fingers, breathe into the heart. Lift the arms. Inhale. So now we're adding Uttanasana. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale. Oops. Sorry. Let's go on. Inhale and exhale. All right, now we're adding Uttanasana. Breathe in. It's like a false start, isn't it? Inhale. From here, we swan dive forward. So legs can be bent or straight. Inhale, lift up halfway and fold. And then inhale, come all the way up and exhale. So let's do that once more. So breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and swan dive forward. Lift up halfway and lower. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Palms together and exhale. Take a breath or two. All right, one more standing pose. I thought we'd work with flowing Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. give us the courage to release resistance to self-love. So you might even like to work with those words. I have the courage to release resistance to self-love. So come towards the backs of your mat, step the right leg forward. Make sure your feet are at least hip width apart so that our hips can be facing forward. And just relax your arms, shoulders relax, your heart is lifting. Exhale all breath. And then bend the right leg, breathing in and breathing out. Turn the palms up, inhale, palms together. Raising the arms up as you inhale and exhale. So 2 more of these. I have the courage to release resistance to self-love. Turn the palms up. Last one. I have the courage to release resistance to self-love. Raising the arms. Step the legs together. And the left leg forward. So hips are square, shoulders relaxed. So 3 of these, inhaling and exhaling. And palms together. Raising the arms. And exhale. I have the courage to release resistance to self-love. Release, shake it out. If that's gone into your lower back a little bit, a nice simple practice is just to bend the legs and just rest your forearms on your thighs and just breathe down into your lower back. Sort of focus on rounding the lower back. Good. And then coming up. So I'd like to invite you now to work either with supported bridge or fish. If you've got your pillow or cushions or bolster. So if you're not sure of these, you can have a look. So a supported bridge is just to slide the support under the buttocks, feet hip width. Arms might be down by the side, or if it's open to you, you might even stretch the arms overhead. So something like this, back of the neck long, or I think you all know fish. The support is under the shoulder blades. Any neck issues, please be careful of your neck, your heads. Perhaps you can make a cushion for yourself under the back of the head. Again, the arms might be overhead or out to the side or on the body. So this is your opportunity now to just completely let go and receive. Let yourself be topped up here, nourished with prana, with light, with love, with energy. If you become uncomfortable, know that you can come out early, otherwise we're going to stay here for 4 or 5 minutes. And while you're here, I'd like to share with you a bit of a favourite passage from Carl Jung. To love someone else is easy, but to love what you are, the thing that is yourself, is just as if you were embracing a glowing red hot iron. It burns into you, and that is very painful. Therefore, to love somebody else in the first place is always an escape which we all hope for, and we all enjoy it when we're capable of it. But in the long run, it comes back on us. You cannot stay away from yourself forever. You have to return, have to come to that experiment to know whether you really can love. That is the question. Whether you can love yourself. And that will be the test. Just another minute here. This breath or two. Just gently roll to one side and slowly release from this pose. And we're just going to come into supported child pose just for a couple of minutes. So just turn yourselves around, knees wide, and if you've got cushions, pillows, bolsters, placing between your upper thigh. If you haven't got any props, that's fine. And just come forward. Again, just allowing the lower back to lengthen.
Sending the breath down into this part of you. Sending some loving kindness and care down into your lower back, the sacrum, the whole pelvic area, your hips. Again, some gratitude for all that this part of us does for us every day. When you feel ready, you might stay there a bit longer if you're really enjoying that position. We'll slowly come up and we're going to come into Viparita Karaniasana. So if you've got a wall, that's perfect. We'll place the prop hands distance away from the wall and we're going to lie with the legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall close to you, just pop your support under the buttocks, lie down like this, and then you can just stretch the legs up to the sky. So like this, or with your legs actually up the wall, arms just a comfortable distance away from the body, back of the neck long, eyes are closed. And again, just an opportunity to completely let go and allow yourselves to receive. Again, we're going to stay here for 4 or 5 minutes, but feel free to release anytime. Especially if the legs get a bit tingly or go numb, the feet, the toes. And while you're in this beautiful pose, another reading with you that I'd like to share with you. This is from a guy called Carl Otto Sandvik. There will most likely come a time where you get a glimpse of what you have been missing in the world, the frequency of your own medicine, where you realize that something would be missing in the world without you sharing your heart. After tasting the power and beauty of your origin, of your love and light, there can emerge a feeling of resentment. Why was no one capable of giving me this? A feeling of entitlement. Who is meeting the standards of my own medicine? Sooner or later, even this will melt. It will fade away. Because you sharing your medicine sets you free. It touches your heart like nothing else could ever before. You being your own medicine is the blessing. You bathing in your light and love is the medicine that is healing beyond time and space. Healing for yourself and for humanity. May you see the beauty in your heart. May you trust divine timing, that your medicine will be received. May you be touched by the magic that reveals itself in you being at home in your essence. So just another 30 seconds here. And then in your own time, just slowly bending the legs, give yourselves a hug, or you can push the props out of the way or roll to the side, and just make your way down to the mat now for relaxation. If you need to do any last minute stretches before you rest, please feel free to honor that. And when you do set yourself up, you might give your lower back some support. Again, the props underneath your knees. Make sure that you are cozy and warm. And if you wear glasses, popping those to one side, perhaps covering the eyes. As you do lie down, just giving yourself permission now to rest deeply and completely. Sinking down, down, down. Heavy and relaxed on the floor. And remembering those beautiful words from the poet Rumi. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. I'd like to guide you through a self-compassion practice now. It's a great practice for reminding us that all the love we need is inside of ourselves. We don't need to seek or look for love outside of ourselves, but sometimes, especially when we're struggling to experience compassion for ourselves, we can forget this. And in those times, it can be good to call on a source of loving presence. So I invite you, as you're resting now, to drop your gaze down towards your heart as you call to mind a being who has loved you dearly in an uncomplicated way. So it could be someone who has passed away, special parent or grandparent or a beloved great aunt. It could be a partner, a child, a friend, a sibling, a pet. Choose one person or an animal that generates the sensation of love within you. And then begin to fill your heart with the presence of this being. Let the feeling of love begin to percolate through you. Sense how you feel inside when you think of this being. Breathe in this feeling. Keep breathing it in. And then let's turn up the volume on this experience. Double the feeling. Let it build. And then double it again. Fill your body with the love that this being has had for you. And then let it overflow into your room. Allow love to fill your room, expanding, becoming larger and larger. Again, notice how you feel in your body as all of this love is happening. Memorize how it feels. And then say to yourself, this is all for me. This is all for me. Drop the love that is bigger than your room into the very center of your being. Call it home to you. Let yourself receive it all. Feel it in every crevice of your body. This is all for me. What you are feeling is the vibration of love. And although at first we believe that this love is coming to us from the outside, love is actually being brought up from within you. So you can actually experience the love you already have inside of you. The love that you are. Let's now gently release this practice, returning to your breath. but keep connecting into that beautiful, warm feeling of love inside. Starting to become aware once more of your surroundings as you bring some movement into your fingers and toes, deepening the breath and having a little stretch. Rolling over to one side and just curl up into a little ball, hug your knees in. I'd like to close our practice this morning with another beautiful poem. This one is from Derek Walcott. You may have heard it before. It's called Love After Love. The time will come when, with elation, you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, sit here, eat. You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself, to the stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. When you feel ready, let's gently come up to sit. Let's take our arms out to the side. We'll chant one Om to close our practice. Deep breath in as we raise the arms overhead. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining with me this morning. Sending lots of love to you all. Go gently and see you again soon.